Hey there, laser makers. Jim, the Michigan laser guy here. Just wanted to do a tutorial today about embedding an object or text inside another design. I see this a lot where people uh, have trouble um, figuring out how to get the desired result, like as far as outlining and stuff like that. So I have this Valentine. Design here that I'm going to show you how to make it because I know this is representative of a design that people try to do, is like embed text within a background image. So let's get started. So I kind of have this all done already. I wanted to show you what the result is. I'm just going to move that off to the side, and we're going to make one from scratch to show you how to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need a piece of artwork. So I have just some Google images of a paisley heart. So we're going to copy that guy. I'm going to paste it here into my LightBurn. We're going to trace this. So let's select it. I'm going to trace the image. Now I'll give you kind of some heads up. I did preset my layer settings and stuff just so that I didn't have to mess with them, but I'll kind of show you those as we go. Um, but this tutorial is more about building the design than setting up the laser. So we're just going to go ahead and trace it. We're going to accept the default values here. And then I'm going to delete the original because I don't need it. And I have kind of, like I said, I set up my settings so I already know which layers I want on fill and line and stuff like that. So I'm going to hit P just to center it in my workspace. This is not necessary, but I find it a little easier to work in the middle of my workspace. And I'm going to move this to my fill layer that I've set up over here. And then I have a heart uh, in my art library, so I'm going to grab that. I have another video about setting up art libraries, but I will try to find it and link it below. Otherwise, I'll be creating a new video here with my new format in the not too distant future. So let's get started here. Let's resize this heart so that we're kind of like in the right spot. I'm not going to spend a lot of time thinking with it here. Let's make it a little bit wider. Alright, let's just go to node editor real quick. Move these bottom nodes up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so we have this heart now. Let's go ahead and move that onto our cut layer. So we're going to cut out, so I have the black layer, which I have last. I have set as a cut layer. So if you have trouble moving, like if you want to make sure they're done in the right order, you can just click on those, move them up or down. We want our cut to cut out the shape, the very last thing. And we're going to fill some, or do our filling engrave. So kind of the order of operations here is we're going to do our fill engrave and then another fill engrave for the words, and then a cut operation at the very end. All right, so we have our heart with our design filling the heart. Let's take some text. So we're just going to create a text here. We're just going to use how original of Valentine. It could be a name, could be another image, it could be whatever you want, really. So we'll take that, and I'm just using a font called Bukhari Script. I like it. It's kind of benign. Alright, so we're going to move that to a fill layer because we want this to fill. We're going to kind of center it left and right here. We'll just center it side to side. Alright, we center this guy right and left. And if you need to see what you're working with, You can go ahead and turn off output on like that background layer to make it a little easier to see here. So what we're going to do is we have our text now in the place where we want it. We're going to use the offset shapes tool, and we're going to do an offset shape of the text. For this instance, I just used 3 millimeters. You just kind of play with it, right? So if you change the size, you can kind of figure out what it is you're after. For this design, I'll use 3 millimeters. I want to do uh, an outward one. Inward's not going to work here. So outward offset to go around the shape, and I'm going to select outer shapes only. That way we don't get, you know, outset lines like inside the A or inside the E and stuff like that. And then we're going to, we don't want to delete the original object. We want to keep the text. So, okay, so we now have an outline that we're going to use. And here's what we want to do. So in my design, I want a line to be engraved. And I'm going to set this just as like a tracer, you know, a really light line. It's not going to cut it out. But I want it to separate to outline the words and separate them from the background design. So if I didn't want that, I just wanted the background to end and no line around it, this step isn't necessary, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate. So I'm going to hit Control D and duplicate that. So now I have two of the same outline here, and I want to remove the background that's kind of inside the outline here. So I'm going to select the background, and then I'm going to select one of the outlines here. The order here is important. You have to select the background first, and then the outline that you're going to use to remove part of the background. We're going to go up here to Tools, Cut Shapes, or we could just use Alt-Shift-C. So we cut shapes, and what you've noticed, if you can tell, our original background that we had selected is still selected, but it created a new object that is separate from the first one that's inside this outline. And so in this scenario, we want to select that, and we're going to delete it. And so now we have a background that exists everywhere except inside of our outline. Now, when we did the cut shapes, the original outline that I had selected disappeared. So that's the reason we duplicated that first. Now that we have the background removed where we want, we're going to move our outline that I want to do a line tracing on. I'm going to move that to another layer. So we're going to move that to the green layer here. And we're going to go ahead and turn on our red layer again so we can see it. So now what we have is I have a fill layer. Here's kind of the order of operations for this engraving. We have a fill layer first. So we're going to fill inside the blue. And then we have a fill layer for the red. Normally you could actually put these as the same layer unless you were using different settings. So like in my scenario, I would probably do these with different settings. Like I might, if I was doing this on birch, I might engrave the red layer pretty light, and then the blue layer I might run pretty deep and then infill it with epoxy or do something. I don't know. So I have these on separate layers, and then after we do these two engraving layers, we have our line layer. So we're going to engrave a line around this word here. And then lastly, we're going to cut out the entire object. And so what this should look like, let's get rid of this extra one over here. What this should look like, if we look at the preview, is something like this, right? So we have the engraving, and then the engraving of the words. We have an outline here, which it's hard to see. It does exist, I promise. Actually, based on the settings, like I can see that it's a dotted line. I probably have a setting of to set this as a dotted line. Let's see. Line. Oh yeah, so I have perforation mode turned on. So it was making a dotted line around that shape. So that's not what we want. So let's take a look again. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we have an engraving, and then it engraves the word, and it's going to line around this thing, and then it's going to line around the outside. So let's take a look at the sequence of events here. So the blue layer is first, so it's going to engrave the word. And then the red layer, I'm going to engrave the background. I have crosshatch set up. This is set up for my fiber laser, so that's why some settings may be different than if you're using a gantry laser, like X tool or something like that. So we engrave the background, and then the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to trace around the line and then trace around the arc. So there we go. That is, in a nutshell, how we do that. I hope this video helped, and if it works for you, go ahead and smash that like button. It always helps. Make sure that my subscriber count stays up and all that good stuff, so that I can continue bringing you great videos like this, and hopefully this helped. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you have something else you want to see, and I'd be happy to do a video for you. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and have an awesome day. Thanks.